Welcome and greetings in the light and love of our infinite prime creator. Namaste, namaskaram. Like the mystery schools of ancient times, the training done within the Servants of the Light School is built on a three-level structure. By means of this fully integrated and graded framework, we offer an ongoing training that allows progress to be made safely and continuously. In this way, we are rebuilding the ancient idea of a training and teaching school of the mysteries within the context of a modern world. The first degree, correspondence course, or staying subscribed to the Ombanda New Earth Education video podcast, are the foundation of all studies and work within Servants of the Light. These courses are the outer court of the school and provide a thorough introduction to the Kabbalah. The Servants of the Light School offers two very different first-degree courses. A student would choose one of two courses, not both. There's an older one and a newer course that I will detail and provide information on a little bit later. The symbol of the first degree is the bee. That's right, the humble, buzzy bee. That's the symbol of the first degree, symbol of selfless service to the whole. The name Servants of the Light comprises both the first degree and our links with the world at large. It is the name by which we are known to the world and under which we advertise. It is a level complete in itself, and students may choose to end their studies with the last lesson. The sacred chord is the inner court of the Servants of the Light. It is open to those who have satisfactorily completed the first degree course and who want to use what they have learned in order to go even deeper. This course, the sacred chord, is based on a very ancient form of high-level inner plane work and is more demanding. It is roughly equivalent to a second degree course. The symbol of the second degree is the wheat sheaf, symbol of the harvest on all levels. The third degree within the school is also known as the House of the Amethyst. This is the fountainhead of the school and is a withdrawn order under whose authority the whole school works, teaches, and has its existence. It is the adytum of the Servants of the Light. Adytum. It requires the unreserved dedication of its members, and entry is by invitation only. In addition to the degree video courses, the Servants of the Light School also offers a series of ritual magic workshops, focused small group training experiences in ritual magic. Each workshop is conducted in person over the course of a weekend by Lodge Magi of the Servants of the Light at various times and places here in Austin, Texas. Before we offer an in-depth description of the Servants of the Light video course, let us give you a brief introduction to the Kabbalah, the spiritual and philosophical tradition on which the work of the school is based. The specific and comprehensive description of what is covered in the courses follows immediately after the introduction to the Kabbalah. You're not familiar with the Kabbalah, and you do not need prior knowledge of the Kabbalah to apply to the school. The vocabulary used in the course descriptions will make more sense to you after you follow this video. Introduction to the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah is the foundation of the Western mystery tradition, just as the Yoga Sutras, the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, and other holy works are the foundations of the Eastern tradition. In its entirety, the Kabbalah is the great body of philosophy to be found in the religious texts of the Jews, including the Old Testament of the Bible, particularly the Pentateuch. It can also be seen in the vast complex of astrological, alchemical, and occult symbology that has come down to us, as well as in the Rosicrucian and Masonic myth, including the tarot, which is indigenous to the West. According to the tradition, the Kabbalah is the revelation of God given to humanity in early times through the mediation of the archangel most near to God, Metatron. Originally, it was considered so holy that it was reserved as an oral tradition, hence the name Kabbalah, which means mouth to ear. However, from the 12th century, part of it was written down and became available to us through the translations of men like Pico della Mirandola, Nor van Rosenroth, and Cornelius Agrippa. The tradition remained more or less secret, owing to persecution of its adherents by the Christian church, and later owing to the derision and disinterest accorded to it by materialistic science and thought. Because of this enforced underground existence, the tradition of the West compares badly with that of the East when it comes to documentation of its sacred wisdom. Comparatively, little was written down, and what was written stood a very good chance of being destroyed. Today, we see the results of this in that many students of the occult derive their learning and inspiration from Eastern sources, mainly brought to the West through the efforts of Madame Blavatsky. Valuable as this line of tradition is, we feel that many students would also appreciate the opportunity to study the Western way in more depth. The Tree of Life. Fortunately, the entire wisdom of the Kabbalah is contained in one simple yet unique and marvelous diagram known as the Etz Chaim, the Tree of Life. Simple, yes, but this glyph has been described as the mighty, all-embracing glyph of the soul of man and the universe. Without this composite symbol, it is probable that the Western tradition would have been entirely destroyed. Owing to its simplicity, however, the glyph is easily committed to memory, and because of its profundity, from this sparse simplicity can be derived a complete and satisfying philosophy and knowledge of life in both its inner and outer aspects. The Tree of Life can be likened to a card index system or a computer spreadsheet in which we can file not only data gained from our conscious sense perception of the physical world, but also data obtained by various means from the inner levels, be it subjective or objective. The latter is mainly discerned by way of dreams, psychoanalytical techniques, psychic experiences, and so on. The techniques of occultism are used to open up an awareness of such psychic experiences in a way that is natural, controlled, and systematic. The way to retain one's bearings during such expansions of consciousness is to use a universal chart or map of all manifested existence. Such a map is the Tree of Life. The tree maintains an existence on 4 very different levels or worlds: the physical, the astral or dream world, the mental, and finally, the spiritual. In each world, these spheres both give and receive influences from those above and below them. There are 2 exceptions. The lowest sphere receives from all those above it. The highest sphere receives from the unknowable, 3 veils of negative existence, a state we might refer to or call chaos, desire for order, and potential. The other names you'll often hear used to refer to the spheres on the tree are the Sephiroth, when speaking of them in the plural, or a Sephirah, one single sphere. So we'll hold up there, folks, and let that suffice to be an introduction to the Servants of Light Mystery School, as presented by the UMBAN, the New Earth Education Center here in Austin, Texas. That was a little brief introduction to the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life, and how it just is simply a tool, nothing to get worked up about, like some kind of, it's like a tool, it's like an axe. You ever see that movie Sling Blade with Billy Bob Thornton, and Dwight Yoakam was in that movie, but that Sling Blade, that Kaiser Blade, that it's just a tool. The Tree of Life, the Kabbalah, is just a tool. It can be used for, nefarious purposes, like there's white magic, black magic, all this stuff, but it is just a tool. Nothing to get all worried and scared about, okay, folks? It's not some, yeah, somebody in the Illuminati might use the Kabbalah, the tree of life, because it's a tool. Everybody puts their hand on a screwdriver and uses a screwdriver. It's just a tool. So let's just proceed with common sense. Let's proceed with being empowered and put in full possession of our discernment. Like anything that I present here on these videos and whatnot, these little videos, these little BS videos, like anything I present, use your discernment. Okay, folks, that's all. I'm not trying to sell you snake oil here. I'm just trying to help you. Help us all along the path. So use your discernment, and what strikes you as true or reasonable or something that is a proper stepping stone along the path, then so be it. Namaste. Namaskaram.